guys, this is Aline or Ari, or you may know as me as Chimmies. I do subtitles for Danu on the X or on YouTube, and some of you who are following me may know that I'm visiting my family in Thailand right now, so I have been MIA, missing in action from translating because I've been busy and trying to, enjoy myself and seeing my favorite artists. And one of those moments today is me meeting Daniel for the first time, and I think my hands are still shaking. I was trying to collect everything that's happening. So the event today was What Suns. It's kind of like, beauty kind of like shop. It's very popular in Thailand. So today they celebrated their 700th store in Thailand. So they got a chance to be part of their opening ceremony. And I also got a chance to come and see them. But because the place the location that took place is at Central Westville, it's actually a little bit far from the central part of Bangkok. A lot of local Thai polkas are also said that it was very hard to get there, and a lot of them said it was the first time to go there as well. So, and because it's a weekday, so not as many polkas were there, but I still got to meet some very, very nice polkas. I was very happy to meet them. They helped me out so much. So I want to shout out to them. So sorry if I forget anybody, but there's Gam, P.E. First, Nong Tae, P. Meow, and Poppy too. So everybody who I've met and spoken to, so thank you for making my time very wonderful for the first time. So now I'll tell you that what about my experience meeting Daniel and what I've gotten to talk to them about. So let me just, I just got home and I've collected my thoughts. I'm pretty sure my hand's slightly shaking. Just so happy that today I actually got to see Daniel. More than that, I had an opportunity to talk to both of them. Last year, I always say as a joke that I always clash in terms of my fortune in seeing them. If I come to Thailand, they're always going to Japan. Or if I go to Japan, they're going to Japan at a different time. So I have like really low hopes of seeing them. But it's very fortunate enough that today I was able to go and see them. And I just wanted to share that with you today. So please bear with me. I think my thoughts are still kind of everywhere. So first, when they came out onto the stage, I was behind like the camera area, so honestly I did not see them as much as all. I saw them through like gaps of people. So I just try to enjoy the moment, being with the polkas, with the Thai polkas, and trying to see cute moments or just seeing them with my bare eyes. So as I was recording, I was like, even though my hands are recording, I like try to look through the gaps and make sure that I really look at them, that like they really exist and I'm really there. So it's just so surreal. So that's one moment. I was fortunate enough that where I was, I met a few polkas, and some of them I followed before, I recognized the account. So I got to see them and they were very nice to me. And they know that I'm from Canada, so they encourage me to, really get to see them. So after they finished singing, we were predicting that they were gonna go to the backdrop part where we do the interview. But so when we went there to wait, and another artist was doing an interview, so we were waiting around. But then the Thai polkas like told me to like come over here because they knew started walking around to the elevator, so it was hectic. Everyone was kind of like walking around them. I definitely got to see them super close, but I didn't get a chance to talk to them at that time. So they got onto the elevators, and at that time we didn't know exactly where the meetups were, but I think New said it to another fan who was like, it's up, but we didn't know which up because it's just like we were on the ground floor and there's so many other floors. So anyway, I just kept following a bunch of people that fortunately enough led me to finally to the top floor where they were having already the fan meeting. And Pite and New saw a whole bunch of us running towards him, and they were kind of like joking about it, of like, oh, where did you run from, kind of thing. So I guess my goal at that time, my goal of that day, that if I have the opportunity, I want to tell them that I'm from Canada, and that was just my only thing. So towards the end, fans were starting to give gifts to Pite and New. So I, looking towards them, I'm on the left side. So Pite came around and trying to and getting gifts from fans, and he was very close. So I was trying to tell him like, I'm from Canada. I was saying this in Thai, by the way. Another fan member, she was trying her best to help me. Talk to him, and she like grabbed my arm and she was trying to like get my arm to go out to Pite, and was like, Te, this girl's from Canada. Like, she was trying to help me, and I also tried to yell too, but I guess he was talking to somebody else, so he didn't hear me, basically. So that moment didn't work. She was like, Aline, why didn't you say it louder? Or like, Aline, you didn't say it. I was like, I did, but he didn't hear me because he was talking to someone else. So that's fine. Everyone wants to talk to them, of course. So okay, so that went through. But there was a moment where they were trying to go around to take a picture from behind. So at that moment, because they came the way where I was standing, and I was kind of following the crowd, there was a point where I was in front of the crowd, and Pite was walking that way, so I got to be really close to him again as he was walking. And so I said, Pite, I'm from Canada. Again, I said all of this in Thai, and he was like, oh really, I want to go to the park, to like the national park. And on of course, this all becomes a blur because everything happened in such a quick and short time. But he was like, yeah, I really want to go there. I want to go there. And I said, yeah, if you go to Canada, please come to Toronto, because that's where I live. I was like, please come to Toronto. And he was like, yeah, I really want to go. And I think he went on about wanting to come to Canada. And I think there was a moment where I think he reached out, and I got to like shake his hand. So I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure I think so like he reached out. I didn't grab his hand, okay? He reached out first. So I shook his hand. He's like, yeah, I really want to go. So that's one moment. Another moment that I had interaction with him was him walking towards the elevator after the fan meetup. And I said I also was at the front. I was also at the front of the crowd walking towards the elevator again, and I said I was like, Pite, please come to have a fan meet in North America. He's like, yeah, I want to go there. I have a junior there. I think he said something like that. And I was like, okay, if you do come, please come to Toronto. And he's like, yeah, I want to go there. He kept going on again. He's like, I want to take pictures of the animals. He said he wants to go to the national park. And then at one point, I think he said, oh, if I go, I'll ask for recommendations, okay? And he kept saying anything. He repeated that a couple of times. And I said, yeah, for sure. And I think he was waving to people around me and also among where I am, and he like did this, and I was like, oh. So that's the second moment I had with Pite. With New, of course, if anyone follows me, they you might know that my bias is Nui. So and everyone that I've talked to, they said that New, like, even though you're like Nui's biased, but he's very you feel a lot more shy to talk to him when you meet him in person. And I feel like if I had not gone to another fandom before, I would not have the bravery to talk to him. But because I went to another fan meetup, and I was like, I missed a chance to talk to that artist, and I was like, okay, remembering that moment, I'm like, I have to talk to him. So the situation happened when, in between the two moments I had with Pite, in the middle, when we were taking a group picture, I at the back of the original like setup, I kind of got pushed towards the front. So with that luck, usually I never have any luck, guys, but with that luck, I was standing super close. I was sitting super close to New. So he was like right in front of me taking the group picture. And so I think somebody called his name, so he looked around, and then so I said, New, I came from Canada. Again, I said this in Thai, and he had a really big reaction. He's like, whoa, really? Or like, oh, like really? Or a really big reaction. And I think he asked me like, oh, did you go there to study? I said, no, I live there. I lived there for like 20 years. And he was saying like, oh, wow, like this is really a long time, and things like that. I honestly don't remember the full conversation. I feel like we talked a little bit longer than that, but I just don't remember the content of that video, of that conversation at all. What was memorable, however, was when we were getting up after the photo was taken. Again, I felt the crowd around me pushing towards the front, and I didn't even grab my bag yet, so I was kind of pushing, and it was kind of hard for me to get up. So I think Neil turned around, and he probably said thank you to just people around him, and then he might have seen that I was struggling to get up, so he actually reached out and helped me get up. So I actually got to like hold his hand, and he helped me up. So that was very nice of him to help me, because I was actually having a hard time getting up and getting my bag because everyone's pushing to the front. So that was so that was my two interactions with both of them. It was more than what I expected or at all, because knowing myself, I never have luck with these kind of things. So this was more than a really good fortune. But I would like to, all in all, thank you, the Thai polkas that welcomed me and really it feels like coming home, and then recognizing all these Thai polkas and actually meeting them in person, and then them really like, oh, Aline, come do this, or Aline, go here, Aline, go to the front, do this and that, and just encouraging me to have like those interactions within you. So like, just really, really thank you. And they helped me getting back home as well too. So just thank you for all the Thai polkas, and it's just really wonderful moment. Yeah, so that was my experience. I hope you guys enjoy listening to it too. Thank you. Oh, I also want to add, yes, I totally agree that Pite and Nui are very, very, they're already very handsome on screen and on pictures, but oh man, boy, in real life, they're godsend. I don't know how to describe you. They're like sculpture. Pite is very lean. He is exactly like picture, but in a good way. Like, he is just that good looking. He just looks like what you see. Like, it's amazing. But Nui, I've been told, or I've read that Nui looks way, like, he already looks great. He looks already amazing on screen, like I said. But he looks much more, I'm speechless. I don't even have words to tell you. Like, you can't, words or pictures can't even describe. Like, oh yeah, he definitely looks like godsend for sure. Very sculpture, and he just stands out. And I'm very surprised that I was able to talk to him. So, yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. I saw them with my bare eyes, guys. I hope you guys get to have this opportunity as well in the future. Yeah, but otherwise, thank you everyone on the X timeline who keep saying like, oh, I'm so happy for you, all international and Thai podcast. Thank you so much. This is a shared experience. I hope you know that. It's a shared experience for all of us. So thank you. This was more than I could ask for.